think it's a 9mm. And right here, if I loosen this up, nope, it's a 10mm. Nope, it's a 9mm. Or it's the wrong wrench. Nope, that's it. Just loosen that up. And you'll see that this can move up and down. Okay?
So this was the walking height.
Okay, if I have it up at the very top,
It won't go very far.
give me a little piece of scrap.
No, you're good.
This is if you're doing tension adjustments, this is what you want to be doing it with. Not used to this. See how high that's walking? Watch the height when this moves right here. See how high this lifts up?
Yeah.
If you put a ruler on it, it's probably got like probably a 1/4 inch or maybe 3/8 of an inch lift. See how, that's if you're walking over really thick fabrics, like if you have something that's so thick it needs to have a lift like that to be able to get over it and scrunch it. Now, I'm gonna shut the machine off. Now this is at the lowest setting, so the lower you put this down, the less walk the foot takes. The higher you have it up, the more walk the foot takes. Now, turn it back on. See how little it walks? Right? I usually set it somewhere around the halfway mark or a little more. That covers, most of, what we do. So just make sure whenever you're doing stuff like this, you turn your machine off. So. But this is kind of inconvenient, right? Kind of a pain in the ass, right? Hold on. Sometimes it likes to stick. So I'm going to put it roughly halfway here. Okay, so there you go. It's about where we keep it. Be careful not, you don't need to tighten it that much. It pretty much holds its own. And then this is and the old 563, the 563 Jukis, the model before this was all out in the open, but I think this was probably made an ocean requirement or something like that. This is the old school. You can see this one's external. And you can move this up and down. This is like the old 563. It was like this, okay? Now, you go to the next step, come over here. this one. Okay, so this is a fairly high walk. I'm doing the same thing, but I have a dial on the top. So, see how shallow it is? Watch this. On the fly, so as I'm moving into thicker stuff, I can dial it way up and then bring it back down on the fly. Okay, and then right here you've got a thread tension adjuster, so if you get into really thick stuff that would break threads, I just hit this up and it takes off half my tension. So that,
Just by
so yeah, just when you're going into
this
some
guy.
momentarily heavy stuff, then you hit that off and it brings back your full tension. This is also a really great tension adjuster. The more tension you want, you can adjust all of this proportionally by sliding this bar left and right. It's really cool. And these little lights, they're really nice. And so you got some basic adjustments. You got thread tension, you got foot pressure, which is here, and you got your walking height adjustment, which is here. And those are your three main adjustments on the machine, and your stitch length, of course. But, so you got four. Anyway, so that's how that goes. So if I'm stitching along and I'm coming on the leather on the back of the Dodger, I'm going to come along and I'm going to start moving that up. Now if I wanted to get onto really heavy stuff, so that's handling that height with these. And you just keep going around. Now when you come off, now just say you're going from here onto, this thickness and back on, you can come off like that. And you can turn that down, because you're not going on as much thickness, right? Then as you start coming to the thickness, you start cranking it up so you can walk over it. And what that does is, when you have it at the correct walking height all the time, you're always going to get a better stitch because it's moving in the correct unison and it's going to be pulling. It's not like struggling to get through it, which creates trauma on the threads, which can create a bad stitch, if that makes sense. So that's what I absolutely love about this machine, is it's got all this adjustability. You don't get that with, the Juki's a great machine, don't get me wrong, but this has got all sorts of adjustability stuff. Like I said, the biggest downfall for these machines is they're temperamental. You have to keep them clean. You have to, and you don't have to oil them really, but the big thing is you got to keep them clean. These are pretty much all self-oiling, and if you look at what's great about this is when you go to tilt this machine, everything goes with it. So the foot, the side pedal here, okay?